Yeah, cool. So I'm TJ. You're obviously Luke.
I'm Luke.
And we live in Sandpoint, Idaho,
Yep.
running some businesses, doing some real estate stuff, families. What else?
Yeah, we really enjoy the outdoors. We enjoy this area. Got to meet each other about a year ago. Hit it off. We have a lot of the similar belief system, very similar ideas on, I don't know, religion, politics, and a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then also family and prepping and just all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of stuff we can cover on these podcasts it'll be fun. It'll be insightful. And as we start this journey, we figured we'd tell you a little bit about ourselves and kick it off that way, probably.
Yeah, I think generally we just have a lot to talk about. We've had some really good conversations, and why not make a podcast about it? That's what everyone else is doing, right?
Yep. And we like to follow. We're not much into that leadership shit.
Yeah, so I'm TJ, grew up in Kansas, joined the Army at 19. I did about 7 years in 2nd Ranger Battalion, 7 deployments, got out and got into contracting. Did that for almost 9 years, quit in 2021, got fired. There was a whole big, I don't know what we can say on here. Let's see if we can just get banned. We'll stumble our way through it.
Some sort of vid. A vid came out.
Yeah, not quite a video.
No.
The pandemic. And I did not do good at following the rules for that. Yeah, that was a big moment in my life. I came back home from that job, and they pretty much, when I got home, they pretty much said they don't need my services anymore. So I am married, and my boys were 1 year old. We have twin boys, and they were 1 year old at the time. And so I was coming back home to a wife and 2 kids and a mortgage.
No job.
0 income. That was an interesting time. That's what got me into real estate, we had Whoopee Hoodie at the time. That's something else we do. We run an e-com store called Whoopee Hoodie there. But that was like a decision point of if we're going to keep it or not. We thought about just selling everything off. And
now, were you in Sandpoint at that time, or were you somewhere else? Okay.
Yeah, sorry. We moved up to Sandpoint in 2018.
Okay.
Came up here on vacation. Me and my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, she's from Costa Rica. I'm from Kansas. Everybody calm down. Yeah, she didn't come from California. But so we came up here 2018 and really liked it and liked the people, liked the area. We were trying to do all the fun stuff we could. And I think we were up here for 3 weeks before we had to leave. And before we left, I was like, this is it. This is where I'm moving.
Nice.
We rented a house and figured the rest out on the fly. We rented a house and then left.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because you knew you wanted to come back. Yeah, that's a good anchor.
Did that. And then, 21, come back, lost my job. That's what got us into real estate. We'd started Whoopee Hoodie. Man, I think it was 2018 too. The end of 2018, I think we started Whoopee Hoodie. And so
cool.
It had been going for a few years and just I wasn't really interested in building an e-com store or building a business like this. It was just if I can create something and make some extra cash on the side. I think I heard some guy on, what was it? Financial Ninja. He's, man, if you can't make $1 million online, you're an idiot.
So looks like I'm proving him right.
And I'm an idiot. Created an awesome job though.
Yeah. So. Making tens of dollars.
Yeah. Tens of dollars. Yeah. And that's when we got serious about really building it and growing it. And I say that was like the start of the entrepreneurial journey, learning real estate, learning how to build a business and scale a business and do all that. And then I'm terrible at dates. So
no worries.
Yeah. Fact check me on all this.
Yeah. We'll probably have to bust your balls. Proper dates.
Yeah. I wrote a book that came out, I think a couple years after I came back, probably 2023. Is that right? Maybe 24. I think October 24. So wrote a book about that, just like life lessons I've learned, life experiences. It's called Lead Your Adventure. Yeah. And it's just the takeaways that I have from these big moments in my life that have shifted things for me or changed things, changed my perspective, set me on a new path. God, what else? Happily married. I have an amazing wife, Deanna. She is a stay-at-home mother who homeschools our kids, which we've worked a long time to get to that point, and absolutely love it.
Yeah, she's awesome. Your boys are awesome too.
Yeah, my boys, twin boys, are 5, absolutely incredible. They're doing jiu-jitsu and learning and growing, and yeah, they're incredible. So
Nice.
that's my
You like jujitsu as well, right?
oh yeah, I do that. I'm a brown belt jiu-jitsu too.
Yeah, that's
Just
pretty
got
cool.
it. Yeah,
Congrats.
thank you.
I'm a white belt. It's pretty impressive.
Just into one class.
Yeah, but I know everything I need to
They
know
sell
now.
the belts on Amazon. You can just go
Bought a
home.
black one.
Yeah, so much faster.
Yeah, it's just boom.
What
Cool. And
about you?
like, I love real estate, right? So I think that's somewhere where we have a strong parallels where TJ and I are looking at all kinds of property all the time.
Yeah.
Evaluating property is an important aspect of
Yeah.
real estate. Through the evaluation, through the making of offers, you learn like where you find value. And a lot of people say this, and it's true. A lot of times your values happens when you buy something. So I really love looking and making offers. I got into real estate in 96. I became proficient at real estate. I bought like one of these Carlton Sheets, no money down courses.
Yeah.
Online. I saw it on, there was some online in 96, but
Yeah.
it was mostly
Late
like
night TV,
100%
infomercials.
infomercial. Yeah.
Yeah.
So infomercials, I bought it. And you know what? That taught me how to buy properties.
Oh, those were real.
100%. That
Nice.
guy came with forms. I ended up buying like 14 rentals with my first wife and had a lot of rentals here in Sandpoint. And my goal was to just buy one house a year. And I think the first year I bought 3 houses. And then the
Nice.
next year I bought 4.
Cool.
And yeah, it just steamrolled from there. And it was a really opportune time to buy property here in this area. I was able to buy houses for, some houses were very cheap, $20,000 to $50,000. And these were nice places.
Yes.
And within the next 5 years, I was selling them for $250,000 to $400,000.
Jeez.
So yeah, the market really blew up. And this is a little resort town, Sandpoint, Idaho. Now market is still really strong. Those kind of deals just don't really exist like they did back then. But during that time, it was a really unique time. Now we were doing upgrade, we were flipping it, not really flipping. My goal was just to hold them. But I ended up selling most of them in 07 because I just felt like the end was near, I could tell.
Yeah.
But it would have been smart to just hold, honestly.
Hold for longer.
Yeah, because the real estate market crashed, but the rental market stayed strong. It even got stronger.
And everything came back, obviously.
Yes. So I started reinvesting in it. I got out of real estate for 8 or 9 years, and I had some domain names that I had invested in, several thousand domain names. And then I built a little company, a tech company that would auto-develop domain names. And I had
Oh, really?
yeah, it was really fun. Yeah.
Yes.
And so anyways, then I sold that to a bigger company out of Seattle. And then I stayed on with them as an EVP as one of kind of my first, like, I would say,
What's an EVP?
executive vice president.
Okay.
So there's C-level, which would be like your C-level suite. So E is like a lower level of
Okay.
executive. And that was fun. It was interesting. That company that I sold to them at the time, we were also being looked at by Google. So it was a really interesting, fun time. We were
Nice.
starting to make a lot of
Yeah.
money. And anyways, being very disruptive in the space, like we had a lot of fun, and then it fizzled. Google changed everything. It was a big update, this Panda update, and then Google didn't want us anymore, and they looked at us as more spam instead of quality content. But yeah, and that's probably right. But anyways, it was a lot of fun, and then I ended up finding like razors, like straight razors.
Yeah.
Some of my domains were around shaving. Somebody dropped a shaving portfolio of domains. Yeah, and those had a lot of traffic, so I started buying them, and I learned a lot. And people hated me, and they're like, "This cheap crap," and they learn. Oh, okay, I got to do this,
Yeah.
and then we started making them, and anyways, it was a lot of fun, and
Nice.
and then that being into e-commerce, I got into there about 2010, real strong. But I had a couple e-commerce stores in 04, 05, 06, but nothing that was doing like millions of dollars a year until 2010.
Nice.
And that was a lot of fun. I built that company up. And then I definitely shit the bed with that company. Just like I had a good market opportunity to grow, and we did a lot of growth by expansion. And then it ended up just tanked it just badly. Like I think I'm a good leader when it comes to like entrepreneurial
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I'm not a good C-level guy, like an operations guy, or probably not the best for a CEO, which is fine. Now I know that. So I did bring on a partner, as a talent kind of acquisition.
Yeah.
but everybody's busy and it just wasn't like he just couldn't make the commitments for the time that probably I needed or the help.
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful about when you bring on, we're still good friends to this
What do they
day.
say? Hire slow and fire fast.
Yeah. Can't fire somebody that owns part.
Yeah.
That
sucks.
Yeah. So anyways, it was a unique learning opportunity. And then from there, I got back into real estate in 2013, 14, still doing online stuff.
Cool.
And just been investing in real estate and playing online. And then I have a wonderful wife and then 8 kids, a big family. Always wanted to have a big family.
A huge family. That's awesome.
Yeah. We got one set of twins and we all homeschool, natural births, all at home, and really enjoy living in North Idaho.
That's one of the things I really like about North Idaho is like all of that stuff it's almost more common than what you would consider normal in today's society, like natural birth, homeschool.
Yeah.
Everybody eats, obviously not everybody, but generally people eat very healthy up here. They have their own gardens and chickens, and it's all the ways that we were raised growing up. It's this little area up here. Realize, okay, that didn't work. Let's try something different.
You tell him the food pyramid was a lie.
Yeah, no. Turns out Lucky Charms shouldn't be a daily thing.
Yeah, I thought that's what I grew up on, baby. Yeah, so
pour some sugar on your cornflakes. There you go.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I think we're living in a good area. Really, it's like Mayberry, right?
Yeah.
Very low crime.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's one of my favorite places. I've been all over and think you have too. Yeah. And it's pretty easy to see like this place is special.
I was overseas and we were driving around and we ended up in this little mountain town, and I remember how cool it was. Like it was already dark out and they had like string lights all over, and this is in the Middle East, so it's not common to see this. They had a little amusement park there in this kind of bizarre area, like their little shopping.
Sure.
Yeah. So you could walk through there and it's like this maze of pathways and just all these shops that were just like crammed in wherever. Some were diagonal, some of them actually faced the road. So it was all just weird. And like you could just walk around in there and just check out all this cool shit. And I remember one of the guys I was with, I was like, dude, this place it didn't seem real for where we were at.
Yeah.
And he's, this is like a little mountain town, dude. There's a lot like this.
Cool.
And so that's kind of, I think, what got me started, planted a seed of you need to find a cool little mountain town. And then, coming up here is, I think we found it.
And it's so nice having the lake as well and a lot of outdoor activity.
Oh, yeah.
Neat. It's a good community.
Yeah. And it seems like everybody generally loves the outdoors too.
Yeah.
You know, they're swimming, like the lake's cold even in the summer and it stops like nobody. They're like, we're swimming in cold water. When you get out and it's 85 degrees and it feels hot.
Yeah.
The
lake is cold, man. It's funny. I came from Alaska and our lakes are always cold, like even in the day. So this one, I shouldn't complain. But now I've been acclimated. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like, oh, our winters are getting a little tougher. When I came down from Alaska 30 years ago, I was like, oh, this is amazing. 4 real seasons.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of like, snow seems to last a long time.
Lasting a little too long.
So I can see myself being a snowbird at some point, probably finding a little warmer climate or somewhere. So you got a place in Costa Rica. You got a couple places there.
That was one of the things we did. We bought some houses down there last year.
Nice.
They're just going to be investment properties. But yeah, with the wife being from there, it's something I've been working on, is setting up the snowbird setup.
That's smart.
Because I love it up here. Love the mountain. We snowboard. We're teaching the boys how to snowboard and everything. But yeah, man, when January rolls around and it's still
time for sun,
still dark and cold. Need to get out of here for at least a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Got a buddy that just came through. I had an oil service contract and company in Alaska when I was younger, and I had a buddy that just rolled through. He's driving a KTM, like enduro cross bike from Alaska down to somewhere in Mexico. And then he's shipping it over to Costa Rica. He's got a farm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He's got a farm in Costa Rica. So Costa Rica is a pretty beautiful place.
It's
man.
Awesome. Yeah. It's very beautiful, very good people. And just getting down there and getting to experience all that is always amazing.
So where do you typically, if you're flying to Costa Rica, you go to Florida and then down, or where do you take Texas?
I think from here, most of the time, sometimes it'll be LAX to Texas or Denver to Texas.
Okay. So you fly out of Texas now.
Yeah.
Okay.
typically, or maybe LAX is also another direct shot, but most of the time it's through Texas.
In what airport do you land in typically? What Costa Rica's hub?
So there's San Jose, which is the east side, and then there's Liberia for the North Idaho person, which is the west side. And
Okay.
we normally go to the west side.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess a good little talk for the first TLC podcast.
Get to know each other a little
Yeah.
bit. Tell the world a little bit about ourselves.
You know, this is us. There'll be more of these coming out, hopefully regularly.
Yeah. We'll
But-
be consistent.
Yeah.
We're going to try.
Yeah, we'll be consistent.
Yeah. Get a consistency. What
Well,
else?
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.
See you guys.